On today's show, you can buy just about anything on Amazon, but a new report is out, and some products for sale on Amazon can cause serious injury, maybe death. And it's a family affair. My husband Barry's back for another round of Brand New or Not True, and it's his turn to see if he can stump yours truly. Plus, you've heard the golf saying, you drive for show and putt for dough. Well, Japanese car maker Nissan is taking a swing with a high-tech golf ball that will let you win every single bet. Nice. And finally, can the right tech help you get in shape and lose some weight? We've done the research and found 6 different products that actually work. You don't want to miss that. All this and more digital know-how, and of course your phone calls, here on Komando. We start with surveillance, and it goes way beyond just watching. Come with me to communist China. There, the government has a large, intrusive national surveillance system that monitors its citizens for things like arguing with your neighbors, not taking care of your parents, having a dead garden, paying your bills late, and more. You get a social score based on your behavior. And if your score goes down, you're punished. You might not be able to check into hotels, travel, or eat at certain restaurants. In other words, you must really behave. Good thing that's on the other side of the world, right? Well, maybe not. Here in the U.S., big tech is pushing for the same system. Think about it. If you get bad ratings by Uber drivers or Airbnb hosts, you can't use those services anymore. Here's where it's worse. Some insurance companies in the U.S. are deciding what rates you'll pay based in part on your social media score. So if you work 9 to 5 in an office and post about your kid's soccer game, affordable rates. If you're, say, a stunt pilot or someone who wrestles alligators, you're more of a risk, so higher rates for you. And if you think that kind of extreme social system can't happen here, just remember, you're already being watched and tracked 24/7. The rest, it's just details. Moving on to space, a spacecraft recently set a new record for days in orbit, but no one's on board, and we don't know exactly what it's even doing up there. Back in September of 2017, a SpaceX rocket took off from Kennedy Space Center carrying the mysterious X-37B, a space plane operated by the U.S. Air Force. And now, more than 700 days later, it's still hanging out in orbit for some reason. Because it's a spacecraft operated by the military, its mission is top secret. There has been speculation it could have something to do with the creation of a U.S. Space Force proposed last year. As far as the record goes, to clarify, it's not the longest time any craft has spent in orbit. It's just the longest by an X-37B, and this is the 5th mission where one has been sent into orbit. It's not quite the head-scratcher as the Tesla Roadster that Elon Musk launched in space with a mannequin at the wheel back in February 2018. But hey, just launch a locomotive up there, we have the next big Hollywood reboot. Could you imagine? Space planes, trains, and automobiles. That'd be a fun movie. All right, this investigation by the Chicago Tribune grabbed my attention. Tests show that radiation coming from some smartphones is well over federal safety standards. The Tribune tasked a radiation lab in California to test 11 phones for radiation leakage through a measurement called specific absorption rate, or SAR for short, and it involved a mixture of iPhones and Samsung models. Researchers found that 5 of the 11 phones tested had far higher SAR ratings than the FCC's allotted amount. The worst offender, the iPhone 7, with a SAR nearly 4 times higher than what the FCC allows. Yikes. Others with poor scores included 3 Samsung Galaxy phones, with the S8 being the worst of that bunch. Now, of course, Apple and Samsung say the Tribune's tests are not up to the same standards as their own lab tests, and therefore, their findings are invalid. I mean, what else would they say? Hit Komando.com for more. This could be why when you hold your phone up to your head, you have that certain glow. Amazon built its reputation as America's big box store. You see something, you order with confidence, and get it from Amazon's big warehouse nearby. But Amazon has been quietly ceding control of its website so that it operates today, well, more like a flea market. The Wall Street Journal recently investigated tens of thousands of items sold by Amazon and found many now come from outside vendors. Thousands of them anonymous, many from China. More than 4,000 products were classified as unsafe. About 150 of those products, Amazon said they already banned at one point or another, but they're still up for sale. This included a children's toy with an unsafe quantity of lead and a motorcycle helmet that supposedly the Department of Transportation certified. But it's not. Someone wearing one of those helmets died in a crash a few years ago. There are defective leashes, hoverboards that catch fire, pre-workout powder that's really bad for you, and products that have led to property damage, injury, and even death. The moral of the story: investigate sellers carefully before you place any item in your Amazon shopping cart. I mean, what good is Prime shipping if you're not around to use it? Finally, time for some geeky fun. This year marks the 80th anniversary of the classic film, The Wizard of Oz, and Google wants to take you for a stroll down the yellow brick road with a new Easter egg hidden in their homepage. To see it, first go to google.com, the homepage, and type Wizard of Oz in the search box. It'll bring up all the top results, including a sidebar on the right side of the page with specific details about the movie. Right under the images, you'll see a graphic of the well-known ruby slippers. Click that image, and you'll hear the voice of Judy Garland or Dorothy saying,
"There's no place like home."
The page will spin, and when it stops, the Google results page becomes black and white. And you'll notice on the right side where the slippers were, well, now there's an image of a tornado, which leads to other cool little tidbits you can learn more about on our website, komando.com. Because after all, there's no place like Google's homepage. And thanks for joining us. We have a really fantastic show. You'll be amazed at how future tech will be targeting you with specific product placement ads on TV and in movies. And whether you want to get in shape or just lose a few pounds, we did the research. Just the best tech for fitness in my all-new digital life hack. All this and so much more only here on Komando. How'd you like an advertising-free social media network? You're going to love our brand new Komando community. Check it out now at community.komando.com, and I'll see you there. Chris from Little Rock, Arkansas. Hi there, Chris.
Hi, Kim. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What's going on?
Well, just kind of had some statements here, or kind of a question. As I was driving down the road with my child, we were having just normal conversations, and as we were, he was telling me about these different things that he had been looking at. So I was curious about this, and the curiosity got to me because of how weird it started getting.
Okay.
So I started asking him, where in the world could you have possibly seen this?
What exactly did he see?
Well, that's my problem. I can't remember exactly what it was, but it was unusual compared to what he would normally learn, for example. I was like, you haven't learned this around me, so where are you seeing this?
Okay.
So anyway, as we were driving along, we kept talking, and then I said, where are you seeing this? He said, in the suggested videos on YouTube.
That's scary.
So as that was going on, I thought, okay, what is the suggested videos, and how is this? You know, this isn't something I would want him to be seeing. How do I avoid this?
And how old is your son?
15.
Oh, okay. He's 15. That's tough.
See, that's what's hard is, you know, they can get around so many things. They know friends that do this or do that.
Right.
So, you know, it's almost to the point you would like it to not have suggested videos.
Yeah, and the problem is that he's 15, because, you know, you can't put him at a kid's site, right? I mean, he's going to be like,
Correct.
He's like, really, Dad? Come on. I mean,
right, exactly.
And so the big thing is now you have to be a little bit more involved. And what I did when my son Ian, who's now 18, we would have like we would sit down and I'd say, you know, show me a YouTube video that you saw that you might, you know, show me a YouTube video that you saw. And so it'd be kind of like a little bit of evening, like after dinner, where we didn't do it when he turned like 17. It was like for just a year and a half. Oh, well, here, look at this car video, or look at this crazy video. Look at this crazy person that's doing that. And this is what's hot. And here's what Justin Bieber's, or whoever it was.
Right.
And so rather than banning it or trying to control it, is to teach them how to deal with it.
Well, in this particular case, it was getting more of a unusual opinion of something. So I felt like when it was, I finally came to the point, I said, I feel like you're being led to a conclusion.
Good. Yeah. And, you know, teach them that. And this is a great learning experience because, you know, you cannot believe everything that you see on the internet, okay? Just because somebody has a YouTube channel and says that they're an expert or something doesn't mean that they are. You know,
Correct.
there are a lot of whack jobs in the world, and they seem to gravitate towards YouTube. And when YouTube keeps saying, oh, there's nothing we can do about it because of our algorithms. Well, you know what? Yeah, there's probably something you could do, but you just don't want to put the manpower behind it. Okay. So
Well, that's what worries me about the algorithms. What algorithms to what people are being generated?
yeah. So what you, yeah. So what you could do is wipe out or erase everything that's associated with your son's Google account. Okay. Delete
Okay.
everything with it. We've got steps on how to do it on the website. If you want to start a brand new account, you could do that. I don't know if it's tied to his school. That's my only concern. And then, then anything that he looked at in the past, if everything's wiped out, and Google says that they do this, if everything's wiped out, then his suggestions won't be based on what he saw before. Okay.
That's a real good idea.
But the moment he looks at something again, it's going to go back that way. So I would explain to him, these are algorithms, and it's based on what you saw before, how long you watched that video. Did you watch that video for 3 seconds, or did you watch that video for 1.5 minutes? And then that gets put into your personal preferences, and the algorithms, they're going to deliver you what you already saw and what you already watched. So we need to be careful that we always get unbiased information online. Chris, thank you so much for your call. When Danielle Marks realized that she had never seen a character in a movie or TV show that looked like her, she decided that other kids with similar conditions needed a role model. So with a YouTube channel, a wheelchair, and a whole lot of confidence, Danielle Marks is showing the world that if there's a will, there's a way. Hey, welcome to the show, Danielle. I'm so glad you can join us. So my first question to you is, how did you come up with this idea?
Well, I had a lot of different people ask me different questions about my disability, about how I get in and out of my car and just different things like that. And it's something that I've always been fine with talking about. And so I just figured I would do a couple YouTube videos to show people the different ways that I do things and how I adapt my life to work with a wheelchair. And so then I just kind of started making more and more, and it kind of turned into a whole channel.
Hi everybody, and welcome back to Danielle Ability.
But I also grew up in a family that made it very important to treat me the same. All of my siblings always treated me the same as they all treated each other.
So we tried to keep a balance of between all the children in the household.
My parents always encouraged me to be independent and things like that. And so even though I knew that there were things that I couldn't do like other kids, there were also things that I could do that they couldn't do, like pop wheelies and that kind of thing. So it's something that I've always kind of known, but it never really affected how I viewed my life.
So now you started this YouTube channel. What are some common questions that you get?
So many different things. They range from how I live independently, how I get in and out of my car, to what my dating life looks like, and if I work full time, and all those different kinds of things.
So tell me, how do you get in and out of your car?
Yeah, so I take the wheels off of my chair and put those behind me, and then I lift the body of the chair into the passenger seat, and then I have hand controls on my car, so they're connected to the pedals, so I just use my hand to control how the car moves.
Basically, you just push it for brake and pull it for gas.
You know what, that is so amazing, because I would imagine that people in your position, that they might be inclined to think that they can't live regular lives because they are disabled.
Yeah, and that's a huge part of why I wanted to put myself out there and encourage other people with disabilities to live their lives to the fullest and do everything that they can do.
What's the most difficult topic that you cover when people ask you a question?
I think that's probably the most difficult misconception that people have about individuals with disabilities, is that we're just sad and don't do a whole lot.
Well, I have to tell you, you are an amazing woman. You really are. I mean, you've got it going on, girlfriend. I mean, so where did you go to college, and what kind of degree did you get?
I went to school down in South Carolina, and a small school down there, and I got my degree in art. So I'm an artist as well.
Well, that's amazing. It's amazing.
Thank you.
We're going to post a link to your YouTube channel, and
Awesome.
hopefully we'll help spread the word that, you know, if you need somebody to talk to or if you have a question, that there are people like you in the world. Danielle, I think you're absolutely amazing, and I mean that from my heart, that, you know, you are
thank you so much.
You're probably touching, I bet you're touching more people than you have any idea.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot. It's really important to me to show that abilities are just like everybody else. They may just get around a little bit differently, and the way they do things may look a little bit different, but we still have the same feelings and emotions and thoughts as everybody else.
Which is, you know, which is very important. And I can tell you, I'm looking at your eyes, I'm looking at this big, bright smile that you have. And, you know, I've never met you before now, but you look genuinely happy and content inside. And I congratulate you on that, because there are a lot of people who aren't disabled that don't feel that, right? I mean, you've seen them. They got that big old grumpy face, and you're like, how can you be grumpy, right?
Exactly.
What's going on?
There's so much to be thankful for and so many wonderful things in life. So.
Well, Danielle, we'll post all kinds of links. If you ever get to Phoenix, I want you to come see the show, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
And you see, ladies and gentlemen, connecting with people and sharing experiences, as Danielle does with her YouTube channel, it's just a great example of the good side of social media. And if you or someone you know has a story that you'd like to share with me, it's really easy. Head over to my website, that's komando.com, and use the link that says Contact Us. That's right. It's time now for Brand New or Not True, America's favorite radio game show sensation, where you can play along at home. But I think this week you're really going to need to put on your thinking cap, because joining us, well, it's kind of a family affair. It's my husband, Barry Young, who's been a longtime talk show host in Phoenix and also has been helping us build the company over the years as the CEO, right?
But now chairman.
But now chairman of the board.
Chairman.
That's a big title. Well, last week we played, and unfortunately, despite my superior intellect, I lost. But I will tell you, we got this email from Gary Barton on Facebook, okay?
Uh-huh.
And he says, Kim, you have to help me. I've been listening for over 10 years. I love the show. Today, I heard you mention something called the Master C video cam system. And I can't find this thing anywhere. Do you have this? Is the spelling correct? I've tried several different spellings. Thank you. Best regards. Okay. That was the fake product. In Brand New or Not True.
Maybe it shouldn't be a fake product.
I mean, we should make this product, but you said like the whole viewing angle would be totally messed up.
I think it would be. Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal. 2 products are fake, one's real.
Yeah.
And now it's your turn to stump me.
Okay.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, hold on. I am the chairman. Okay, number 1.
Yes.
There's a Dr. Hosea Zahner. He's a PhD from the University of Chicago, and he's trying to market a do-it-yourself DNA modifying device, a bunch of chemicals, that he calls CRISPR. So 2 years ago, he injected himself on a YouTube video, with this syringe full of CRISPR stuff that he concocted in his basement one night. And he claimed that CRISPR would give him, big muscles, make him a big guy.
Make him like a superhero?
Make him like like an Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, you should try that.
Well, before you jump at this,
okay.
He operates an online shop for biohackers called The Odin. And unfortunately, after 2 years since the injection of the CRISPR chemicals, he's still a little puny guy.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. But they checked with the Food and Drug Administration, and the FDA says that there are 3 now approved gene therapies for all kinds of things, cancer and blindness and all of that.
So you can modify your own DNA?
Well, that's what he says.
So if you took that, could you be, instead of like 5'5", could you be like 6'3"?
So let's move on. Okay. So the next device is a 23-year-old linguist from the University of Santa Barbara. Has patented a combination, this is just in time for the holidays too, has patented a combination, it's electronic and it's mechanical and it fights drunk driving. And he calls it the triple interlock tongue twister safety system.
Wow.
If you're going out for a night with your friends, You engage the app on your smartphone. The app is free. Okay. The device costs you money. It goes in the car. When you return, you try to start the car, and it won't start until you recite a tongue twister. And the tongue twister is, Theophilus Thistledown, the successful thistle sifter, while sifting a sieve full of unsifted thistles, I would fail, thrust 3,000 thistles through the thick of his thumb. You have to say that in 7 seconds. If you don't say it, if you stumble, you have 2 more attempts, or a total of 30 seconds to say it, or else the vehicle will not start. Now, there's a little electronic package under the seat that communicates Bluetooth and all that. Okay, finally, they partnered together, Philips, Colgate, and the Sonicare, with the Sonicare Ultima 3000 Advanced Ultrasonic Toothbrush.
Wow, that's a big marketing.
No bigger than the standard Sonicare toothbrush. The Ultima 3000 not only cleans, I'm reading from their brochure, not only cleans your teeth, but is connected by Bluetooth to the Colgate Philips Sonicare Ultima 3000 toothbrush app. iPhones and Androids, it all works.
So this must be the key. What does the app do?
It cleans as the toothbrush cleans. It gathers data on your teeth and looks for telltale signs of early gum disease, cavities, cavity symptoms, and a host of other unsavory mouth things that you could have.
Is that in the brochure too?
I'm just saying this. There's more. The Sonicare Ultima 3000 Advanced Ultrasonic Toothbrush also uses a micro camera to automatically photographs and documents any problems with your teeth and their locations, and shoots it into the phone app. And then if you have your dentist information, it shoots it over to the dentist, and the dentist has an app for free too, and it automatically calls and makes an appointment because you have like a cavity in your back molar or something.
Bad.
So there they are. But wait, you did not make a bet with me yet, and you have not fulfilled, the audience should know, she has not fulfilled on her last debt, the bet she lost last week.
I was going to have to watch some stupid Perry Mason show or
There's
something.
no stupid Perry Mason.
I actually got email from people I love Perry Mason.
Yes.
I'm like, you know what? Then you watch it with them.
Okay, all right. So which one is brand new and which ones are not true?
Are we doing double for nothing? Let's do double for nothing.
No.
Oh, double for, no, we need a bet. Come on, double or nothing.
Okay, all right. Okay. You know what you're getting yourself into.
I'm getting into 6 episodes of binge watching Route 66.
Fine.
Or I don't have to watch anything.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
I think that the true product is the doctor in Chicago. It's just crazy enough to be happening on YouTube. And there are just so many biohackers and weirdo people in the world.
Are you sure that you want to discard Colgate Philips?
Yes. Yeah!
Oh, gee.
Thank you. Yes. How does it feel to be a loser?
Better watch out, I'm the chairman.
That's true, you are. You could fire me. Would you believe me if I told you that Nissan has developed a high-tech golf ball that's going to help your short game? Well, kind of. I'll explain next here on Komando. You know that you're already seeing targeted ads online based on the sites you visit and your social media profile. Now, future tech will soon be marketing to you when you're watching a movie or one of your favorite TV shows in a very different way. It's a new type of product placement based on you, your desires, your personality, and big tech data crunching to come up with the perfect algorithm to make you buy something. A company called Riff has a clever plan to personalize the products you see on movies and TV shows using CGI. Here's how it works. Let's say you're watching a sitcom. On the coffee table in front of the characters is a bag of Lay's potato chips. Down the street, your neighbor's watching the same episode of the same show. But instead of Lay's, there's a bag of Doritos on that coffee table. Obviously, they play video games and you don't. Everyone's still seeing the exact same episode, but those products in the background are tailored just for you, seamlessly added with the latest digital tricks. It's pretty slick. Welcome to the USA. The United States of advertising, we should say. Now to future golf. If you play golf, you've probably been through this scenario. You line up, hit the ball. It's a beautiful shot that just sails all the way to the green. And wouldn't you know it, you miss the putt. How would you like a golf ball that could always find its way home? Nissan has created a magical golf ball loaded with tech that reaches its destination. This golf ball is packed with an internal motor and external camera linked wirelessly to special software that can drive itself right to the hole, even adjusting for how it was hit with special algorithms. No, Nissan's not getting into the golf business. It's a marketing ploy to show off their new ProPilot 2.0 self-driving system. This is tech that's popping up in other cars. This system lets the car stay in its lane and safely change lanes along with semi-autonomous features. Just remember, if you drink, don't drive, and don't even putt. All right, we're going from golfers to guitarists. Maybe you're like my husband or know someone like him. He has 6 guitars, 1 banjo, and even a ukulele he plays for fun. And I was super excited to see this future tech because I won't have to trip over them all anymore. It's called the Bose One. It's a fully modular guitar. You can change the guitar's body, its balance, string spacing, you name it. You don't even need a stand for this thing because it's got retractable legs. It's so light, you can play heavy metal. They call it the ultimate cure for guitar acquisition syndrome. So basically, it's a guitar that can transform into a completely different style. From one guitar body, you can turn this bad boy into about 50 different guitars. The Bose One is a Kickstarter campaign that had a $20,000 goal, and so far they've totally exceeded that, getting $500,000 or so. It should be out in a year. It'll cost $350 for the basic guitar, so there's no need to, are you ready for it, fret. All right, parents and grandparents who live far away from little ones will soon have a new way to stay in touch. Video chat is great, but it's not the same as actually being there. Maybe soon you'll be able to use a robot that not only lets you video chat with the kids, but also lets you play with them. It's called the CushyBot One Telepresence Robot. It was created by a parent who has a young child living on another continent. He says that when he would video chat with his daughter every day, she would often disengage or just simply lose interest. So he came up with the CushyBot. It has wheels so it can move around the room, arms so it can pick up toys and interact and even hug. I don't know, those plastic robotic arms and hands look more like something from the old 1960s TV show Lost in Space. And it works like this. A parent starts the video call and uses 2 handheld motion tracking controllers to make the robot move. The parent's face shows up on the robot's tablet's face screen to make sure that the kid's always paying attention. The CushyBot isn't cheap, $765. But hey, if you're a parent with awkward dance moves, maybe it'll actually look okay coming from a robot. All right, next, you're going to meet a doctor who, after almost losing her son in a drowning accident, is now using cutting-edge technology to save lives. But these aren't your normal lives. Next, here on Komando. My next guest almost lost her son in a near-drowning incident when he slipped into a local public swimming pool. But she took a traumatic situation and she turned it into a total inspiration. And now, Dr. Lucretia Greer is using the same cutting-edge technology that saved her son to give her patients hope and a new leash on life. Thanks for joining us, Dr. Greer. First, before we talk about your 4-legged patients, how is your son doing today?
Oh, he's amazing. He's doing awesome. If you didn't know what happened, you would never guess. So he is healthy and just he's a wonderful, active little boy.
So when the accident happened, you went online and you did a whole bunch of research. Tell us more about that.
We were kind of grasping at straws, and we just we were looking for anything. We did a number of different things. We did a craniosacral therapy, and I mean, we just wanted our son back, and we wanted him healthy. And we wanted him to have a normal life like every kid. So the doctors, and in terms of like neurology and neurofunction with kids and animals, we don't deal with that as much. And so it was out of my element and out of my knowledge base and comfort zone, because we don't deal with brain injuries as frequently in animals, and they don't talk to us, and we can't really assess their mental function and brain activity and function. So it was definitely a learning experience for me, and out of my comfort zone. And even as a medical professional, I was desperate for answers and solutions to help them. So there was a lot of people who offered insight and information outside of what the conventional doctors were advising that helped kind of get us in that direction. So
well, that's really awesome. So You're a veterinarian. I mean,
Yes.
most people wouldn't think of like, okay, we need a hyperbolic chamber for dogs. But I will tell you, I'm a big dog person. I mean, I woke up this morning and my year-old golden retriever jumped on the bed, straddled my face, and started licking my face. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's a good way or a bad way to start the day, but it certainly puts a smile on your face.
To start your day.
Yes, exactly. So tell us how it works.
So basically, the oxygen therapy works the same way that it does in human medicine. It's pressurized oxygen. It's 100% medical grade oxygen. And in that chamber that you see back there, her name is Hope. We put the animals inside the chamber and they just relax. They stay in there for about an hour and they're just breathing 100% oxygen, for a period of time. And because it's pressurized, it diffuses into the plasma and into the blood and just saturates tissues in their bodies. Promotes healing and just that's how it works. It's basically a very natural way to encourage the body to heal.
So what kind of conditions are you using it to treat?
The list is long and huge. We've treated victims of house fires with carbon monoxide poisoning and lung damage, non-healing wounds, burn patients, just horrible wounds. We've treated a number of spinal injuries, any itis, any inflammatory condition, pancreatitis, arthritis, a number of different inflammatory conditions can be treated with the hyperbaric chamber, respiratory, pneumonia. I mean, the list is extensive and huge. Oxygen has so many positive benefits. A lot of NFL athletes use it for, orthopedic injuries. And so we're doing a lot of that with animals too. Dogs damage their ACLs and they get, these orthopedic or sports-related injuries, and we're able to use it to help them as well. So
tell me one really great success story that you've had using it.
We've had a number of success stories. I don't know if you followed Lyric. He was a burn patient. He had probably 70-80% of his body burned. He should have died, and I felt like we almost lost him a couple times. His recovery was just short of a miracle. He lost easily close to 75-80% of his skin. And if you were to see him today, he is a miracle. He is an absolute miracle. There's one really special little dog named Dexter that we treated. Came in all four legs paralyzed, and that dog, I got a picture of him on a paddleboard a couple weekends ago, and he is just enjoying life. He was paralyzed on all four legs, quadriplegic for about 3 months.
Wow,
So,
that's something.
And miracle. I mean, her only option was to euthanize him because no one thought that he would ever walk again. He spent probably about 20 hours in that chamber.
Wow.
And he's on all fours and on a paddleboard and enjoying life. So that's incredible to be able to give an animal back their life.
Yeah, that must be just a great feeling for you, huh?
It is. And obviously it doesn't, we have had some where either the injuries were too extensive or there was something more serious involved, but we have so many. The majority of cases, I'd say 90%, 80-90%, we have success. So it's a beautiful thing. What we offer is hope for patients that they feel like there's nothing else that can be done, and we've tried these things and steroids and all these things, and that chamber offers hope for animals that need to be healed.
Is this pretty standard gear for vets to start adding to their clinics?
I think it should. I think it should become more mainstream. I think that more doctors. I want to encourage as many veterinarians to become knowledgeable about oxygen therapy and how it can help in their practice. It is profound and amazing. Just the recovery rate. We put pretty much any surgical patient that we have here in the chamber. It accelerates the healing. It helps them recover and get back to 100% a lot quicker than had we not used it. Just an example, a patient that has a foreign body surgery, typically they're in the hospital for 5 days, 7 days post-operative to make sure everything heals before they can be discharged and go home and kind of get back to a normal activity. We put them in the chamber and they're within 24, 48 hours, they're home. And so it does a lot. I feel like animals' lives are too short to be sick for too long. Yeah. And if we can just accelerate the healing process and get them back on track quickly. It's a beautiful thing.
It sounds like you should be writing some stuff for some medical journals if you haven't already, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm just passionate about it. I see what it does. Animals can't fake getting better. So when we see them and they're recovered and they come in paralyzed and they walk, it's kind of hard to argue the power of that chamber.
Well, Doctor, thank you so much for joining us and sharing your success story with us. True inspiration. Give our best to not only your son, but your entire family.
Thank you.
And what great work she is doing. I mean, you see, ladies and gentlemen, this is just another example of how advances in technology can totally improve our lives. And if you ever see something that you'd like to share with us, just hit our website at komando.com. And at the bottom of every single page, you'll see a link that says, contact us. Next, are you tired of wasting money on the latest fitness tech? In my digital life hack, 6 fitness gadgets that you'll actually use to get into shape, only here on Komando. It's time now for our digital life hacks tip. Every week we put one of these together for you. And when it comes to losing weight and staying healthy, you know, there's a long history of snake oil, and they're still out there, but technology is shaking things up all for the better. Now, if you do your homework and if you're prepared to do the physical work as well, you'll be sure to find some high-tech gadgets going to help you get healthy, lose some weight, feel better about yourself. And now some of the gadgets are wearable. Others are just designed to get you moving, but it's all aimed at keeping you fit. So we did the research and we found these high-tech fitness gadgets that live up to their promises. Well, they only live up to their promises if you live up to your goals. So let's start at our first one, which is a watch. Okay, this is more than just a smartwatch. It's the Fitbit Versa. And the reason why we like it, for under $200, it has on-screen workouts, more than 15 exercise modes, personalized reminders. Of course, it tracks your pace and steps and distance. It can monitor your sleep and a whole bunch more. But it also has guided breathing sessions, which are great when you're cooling down. And also the workouts include swimming, so you can track your strokes. Now, what you want to do is wait a little bit before you buy the Fitbit Versa, because a new model is expected to be released in about 2 to 3 weeks. The second one on our list, well, it's something that I've had for probably 2, maybe even 3 years, and it's all the craze now. It's the Peloton bike. And you do have to have a paid membership and internet connection. The bike's touchscreen, take part of group fitness style classes, personal trainers right from your home. They also do a little bit of yoga and weight training. And I will tell you, the Peloton bike is super expensive, $2,400 to $2,700 just for this bike. I know. I said the same thing when I bought it. Take a deep breath. Because you're looking at the extra bike, you're like, can't I buy one of those for like $100? And the screen is like $100. And then you also have to pay $40 a month. Okay, number 3 on our list is something that I've just added to my home gym. Mirror, mirror on the wall, what's the fitness person of us all? Here's the deal. It's really slick. You take one of the number of classes like boxing, yoga, and more. You work out interactively with various fitness professionals. Like the Peloton, it does require a subscription. The mirror itself is about $1,500. The monthly subscription is $39. Now, number 4 on our list is fitness for after the fact. After you did all of that gain, you might have some pain, right? That's where you want to look at the Smart Electric Muscle Stimulator, where you can massage out soreness, get relief from pain, even prevent injuries. You just put out the Power Dot pad, 2 electro pads, wherever you need relief, and start stimulating that muscle. And you can buy the whole package, about $200. Now, what about a different type of technology that you can use for fitness? Well, for that, it's number 5 on our list. It's really sweet. It's the Eversight Raptor AR Smart Glass. And it's designed for cyclists, triathletes, early adopters. In this way, you can get real-time data, information you need to stay fit. Look at your heart rate, speed, power, distance through the cyclist ride. Has a built-in GPS and speakers that covers your ear. You can also send and receive texts, make and receive phone calls. They're expensive, from $600 to almost $800. And finally, once you get in fit, you got to make sure you're tracking your weight, right? How about the Wi-Fi things scale? And don't worry, it's not going to go ahead and put your weight all the way on the internet. It's a digital scale. It's modern, connects to your smartphone via an app, allows you to monitor body fat percentage, set goals, track nutrition, a whole bunch of stuff. And it's pretty nice. The price, just $79. To check out links to everything that we just mentioned, look no further than the official homepage of the Kim Komando Show. That's KOMANDO.com. Once you're there, Just click that Show Pics button right on the homepage. It's time now to do our DIY security tip of the week, and every week we put one of these together for you. Make sure that you're safe and secure and your privacy is always protected. This week, we're going to be talking about these digital photo frames, and it's been a few years since voice assistants entered the mainstream. And if you need to make a call, take a note, or just search for something, all you need to do is say the wake word, and then you just ask. But as time passed, we started wondering who's really listening. When are they listening? And what are they doing with all my recordings? And now, many have cameras in addition to microphones. So folks are really totally freaked out. And if you've been wanting to have the convenience of a voice assistant without sacrificing your privacy, we're going to cover the best ways to configure your smart home hub so Amazon, Facebook, and Google, well, they can't watch and listen whenever they please. So let's start at the top with the Echo Show from Amazon. It's the biggest seller out there. It's the Alexa-enabled smart displays, the most privacy-aware edition now. Now, here's the deal. There is a mechanical slide that can cover the front-facing camera, and they also have a digital hub for Alexa that can access online. Now, if you are using an older version of the Echo Show, what you want to do is access the privacy settings inside the Alexa app. All right, next up is the Facebook portal. Now, I don't know anybody in their right mind who would want to put a camera in their home for Facebook, but if you do, you can disable the camera and the microphone on the Facebook portal by tapping the camera and the mic off button at the top of the device. You can also block the camera. There's a cover that comes with the device. It's a small plastic flap that actually clips on the top of the screen. You can also set a passcode that only you can unlock. And what about the Nest Hub? Nest is owned by Google, so that is totally freaking a lot of people out right there. But what you want to do is download the Nest app. This way you can review and delete video and audio footage captured by the Nest Hub. And according to Google, the device only captures video when the light is showing green, so if it isn't, you're in the clear. But what you want to do is make sure that you take the extra time, especially if you haven't given one of these devices away, maybe to a parent or grandparent or a relative or a friend who's older. Make sure that the privacy settings are totally locked down. We've got step-by-steps on all of this. Obviously, I can't give the steps out over the air, but we do have it written out for you. Just head over to komando.com. That's komando.com. And once you're there, hit that Show Pics button. You know where it is, right on the homepage.
Stand by control room. Cue Kim.
So how would you feel if your virtual assistant recorded everything that happened in your bedroom? Well, one company had to say, I'm sorry. Can tell you all about it next here on Komando. Sorry, we've been listening in on your sex life. That's pretty much what Apple said recently. It never ceases to amaze me how we are no longer angered by the outrageous behavior of big tech companies. They just take advantage of us, and we keep coming back for more. Everyone knew that Apple's Siri was listening if you called her with the Hey Siri command. As it turns out, she also starts listening to the sound of a zipper. Really. Actually, Siri's listening all the time because how else would she know when you want her to do something? So word leaked out that some Apple contractors were listening to things that Siri wasn't supposed to be recording, like couples in their bedroom at night with their iPhone laying next to them on the nightstand. So, like a shoplifter caught stealing, Apple has put on a sad face and they apologize for its contractors' rather salacious behavior. Here's the quote. We realize we haven't been fully living up to our high ideals, and for that, we apologize. Thanks for that. We understand. I wonder just how long that's really been going on. So keep your guard up and your digital know-how going. Find your local radio station that broadcasts my show, along with more DIY tips, videos, free newsletters delivered from me to your email address, and ebooks on our website. That's komando.com, and thanks so much for watching.